How to make pumpkin cheesecake by Chef Shizz. So to start this recipe off, we're going to turn our oven to 350, and then we're going to start working on our crust mixture. So we're going to get the graham crackers and we're going to crumble them up. It doesn't have to be fine, but you don't want to big behind pieces in it either. So just crumble it the best you can. And then next to it, you're going to add butter. Now that's all you really need for the graham cracker crust, just the butter and that. But I like to freak my stuff and go a little further, so I'm gonna add in some brown sugar, some white sugar, and some cinnamon, just to, for better taste. So mix it all up well. You want it nice and well mix it. You want it sort of like clay, like a hose, but it doesn't. So when you put it in the pan, it sticks. So after you get it nice and mixed, we're going to grease our springform pan and cover the outside with aluminum foil. Now you don't have to put the foil all the way up the side of the pan, just cover the bottom and halfway up the sides, just to keep the water out when we put it inside the water bath for later when we bake it. So get the aluminum foil around it, make sure it's surrounded nice and tight, no holes, and then spray your pan down or butter it down, wherever how you're going to grease it so the cake don't stick. And then once that's done, we're going to put the graham cracker mixture into the pan. We're going to pat it in sort of like cement. Just pat it around the sides and all that. On the bottom, make sure it's nicely in there. Pack it. And you're going to put it in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, while it's baking, we're going to move on to the filling. Now, hopefully, the cream cheese been setting out room temp, because it'll make this a whole lot easier. If it's not, it's going to be so much harder if it's not already been softened. So soften your cream cheese. You're going to put that into the bowl with the sugar, and we're going to marry them. So once the sugar and cream cheese is married, we're going to add in the eggs, and we're going to do the eggs one at a time and make sure all of them are well incorporated. So once you add in all your eggs and they all are well incorporated, then we move on to the pumpkin filling. Now this is the place most people put yogurt or sour cream, but I used the pumpkin filling left over because I had another order and I had no yogurt on hand. So I used that. So we're going to mix that in. Once that's well incorporated, we're going to add a little vanilla for a taste. And then we're going to take our crust out the oven, add the filling to that already pre-baked crust, smooth it in there. And then we're going to place the pan into the water bath and then place it in the oven. And then let it bake for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then after that, when it should be almost set, we're going to crack the oven, turn it off, and let it rest for about an hour. And then after an hour, we're going to take it out and put it in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours overnight. After that, it is good enough to eat. Bon appetit.